ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Okay, everyone, let's do this. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Betsy. How are you doing today, guys? I hope that you're feeling well. I hope that I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night based on where you're watching and what time you are watching this video. I'm going to say shout out to the people who are watching. I'm going to say shout out to people from America, my supporters in America. Shout out to my people in the UK. Shout out to the supporters in Canada, the Caribbean, Jamaica, Africa, wherever you are watching this video from in the world. And I just want to say, guys, I really appreciate you. So, with that out of the way, and of course, if I have not said your country, just remember that, of course, at some point I will do it. So please, don't you ever think that I do not appreciate your support. I appreciate your support so much. It has been a little while, guys, since we have, hold a reason, So today we're just going to hold a reason. And I'm sure that you would have seen the topic that is given there. So you have an idea of what we are about to talk about. So I want to know, guys, whose side are you on? Is age just a number? Is it one rule for the church? Is it one rule for, the secular society? What do you think? Who is right in this case? Okay, what I want to do is to start by giving you just a little backdrop to the story so that you can have an idea of what we are going to, hold a reason about. All right. So this is all about a bishop in Iowa. So let me read just a little bit. A 63-year-old bishop, Dwight Reed, got married to his third wife, and the uproar has to do with the age of this wife. So the age of his third wife was just 18 at the time that he got married. So what happened was that a lawsuit was filed because some people, so let me tell you the exact name. So the Bishop Dwight Reed, is from the Christ Apostolic Temple in Iowa, and a lawsuit was filed against one Demetrius Senegal, when he said, according to him, in his lawsuit, he was calling for a criminal investigation of Reed, which is the bishop, by the police. So what he wanted was for the bishop to be investigated, because the bishop actually got married to this young lady while she was at the age of 18. But the twist to it was that, okay, so this other church called for a criminal investigation to be launched against Reed. In turn, Reed's church, which is the Christ Apostolic Temple, in turn filed a lawsuit against the leader of the other church who was trying to get their bishop investigated for marrying an 18-year-old lady. Now, why is it some people were of the opinion or are of the opinion that the bishop actually was grooming this young lady? Some people are saying, look, the age of consent in Iowa is 16 years old, and of such, when he got married to his bride at 18 years of age, that was that the lady was in her right to consent. That was the age of consent. And as a matter of fact, what the bishop was saying was that, look, when I got married to my third bride, even though she was 18 years of age, in Iowa. She did not need anybody's input in order for her to get married to him. The bishop was also saying that, look, how it's really hypocritical of people, because, quite a number of people, even on social media, are in uproar, because they're saying that, look, how could a man of 63 years of age marry an 18-year-old? The 18-year-old lady was not just any 18-year-old lady. This was a lady in his congregation. So this bishop, 63 years of age when he got married to the 18-year-old lady, he had gotten married previously twice. So this is his third marriage. When people try to oppose what he has done, in marrying this lady, his defense is that, look, marriage is honorable. The Bible actually, says that it is good for a man to get married. So he was doing something that is honorable. That's one of the points that he has made. So the first point he made was that, look, I have not done anything wrong. When I got married, my bride was of the age of consent. So, yes, I haven't done anything. Secondly, in his defense, he was saying, look, marriage is honorable. So you should not, I'm doing something honorable. So rather than commending me for marrying this young lady, some people are opposing what he has done. The third thing he said in his defense was that, look, people who oppose what he has done are just being hypocritical, because in the world, in secular society, him being 63-year-old, getting married to an 18-year-old, people would instead be saying, look, the young lady has made a come up. Can you imagine? So indirectly, he's saying that he is the prize. He is the prize. So the young lady getting married to him has made a come up, because, look, he is bringing this young lady up. His standard is going up. Her standard in society is going up as a result of marrying to him. Her economical situation, everything is improving as a result of getting married to him. Another thing, when he said that she has made a come up, if it was in other society, I have to look at it, because the article also said that at the time of when he got married to this young lady, he helped the young lady's parents to open a cook shop, a restaurant. So when you look at it, it's almost as if he has bought his bride. So when you look at it, when he's saying, look, I'm doing something good. Some people could look at it as bribe. Some people could look at it as saying, look, if you are to be upset with anybody, it's not just the bishop that you are to be upset with. You are also to be upset at the parents, because the parents have actually accepted material possession in exchange. So when you look at it, I don't know, what do you think? Another thing that was interesting as well when I look into this situation is that he is saying, I have not done anything wrong. Marriage is honorable. And I want you to think, do you think that this gentleman is taking advantage of his position in the church? When I say that it's his position of the church in the church, from the article said that the young lady grew up in the church. This gentleman, the bishop, was also responsible for counseling this young lady as she was growing up. So when you look at it, some people are saying that indirectly or directly, this bishop was grooming this young lady over the years, and he waited, and when the time was right, he took advantage of the situation. What do you think? Who do you think is correct? Do you support what the bishop has said? Is age just a number? When you look into it, okay, so he got married at 63. The young lady was then 18 years of age. So when you look into that, he is what? Is that what? That's what? 35 years older? Yes, he's actually 35 or whatever. Even if my maths is off, you know what I'm talking about. 63 to 18 years of age. So when you look into it, okay, could they have anything in common? Or do you think that it is more of a, the relationship is more of a father, daughter, even a daughter, even a granddaughter to a grandfather kind of relationship? Wow, that's interesting. When you look at it that way, it's a bit disgusting, really. When you look at it, okay. So it's as if he has married his granddaughter or his daughter. Hmm. In any situation, though, the question that I am asking, why I was thinking, why did it take somebody else, a different congregation, different church altogether, to almost step in and say, look, something is up. This calls for an investigation. When you look into it, didn't anybody in his congregation raise any concern? Or were they just hush, hush? Wow. When you look into it, guys, I know that in some societies, bishops, ministers are always seen as gods, where people just humble themselves and they actually do whatever the minister says. But I'm almost certain that even if some of the congregation members don't say it out loud, I am almost certain that some of them were concerned, were a bit concerned about this, but they probably just kept their silence. They talk about it behind closed doors. So you can imagine that some people perhaps were whispering and in were happy that somebody was brave enough to take on this gentleman with what he was doing. Because when you look into it, okay, so he is saying marriage is honorable. This is not his second marriage. This is not his first. This is not his second. This is his third marriage. And he got married to a 18-year-old. So is it that he is saying, okay, I can get married for as many time as I wish to because the Bible says that marriage is honorable? What do you think, people? Is he bending the scripture to suit his desires? What do you think? Or is he right in saying, look, marriage is honorable. It doesn't matter how many times I do it. I am actually honoring what God says, what the Bible says, that marriage is honorable. And of such, nobody should oppose what I have done. What I want to know, people, if you were in that situation, what would you do? Would you be brave enough to stand up and say, sir, I do not agree with what you are doing? Or would you be too scared to, to oppose what is going on? Something that stood out about this article, though, was what he said from the pulpit, what the bishop said. The bishop insinuated that he was ready to fight physically if anybody should approach him or should mess with what is going on. And what I'm going to do, let me quote directly what he says. He said, I wish some of you all would mess with my wife, Jordan. So his wife is Jordan. Talking about what you're gonna do if you see her. So apparently, perhaps some people were talking, words were getting around that some people were disquiet and they were talking about what they would do if they see her. So he went on to say, well, you will see me on the news. You better walk by and say, praise the Lord. That's what you better do, because that's my wife and she's grown. She didn't need anybody to sign no paperwork for her. If this was out in the streets, you all would be saying she made a come up. But you are hypocrites. So he is saying, look, if this was happening in the streets, nobody would have anything to say. What do you all think about that? I'm thinking that, look, in the streets, people are in the streets for a reason. People are in the church for a reason. One is to lead by example. So if people in the streets are seeing you doing this in the church, then what is there to emulate? Would you actually consent, because by doing what you're doing, indirectly you are saying that it is okay for people to get married as many times as they wish to. You are saying that it doesn't matter. Get divorced as many times as you wish to, and get married as many times as you wish to. Yes, I agree that some people make a mistake, getting married once, but getting married once, realize that they weren't compatible, and then they get divorced, and then people get married a second time. But for you, Bishop, to be in the church, doing it not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. And not just that, but to get married to somebody who a lot of people would agree that you have groomed, because the person grew up in your congregation. You were a direct counselor to this person as well. Because this lady, actually, I think they said that there is a school attached to this church, and this lady was given favors while she was attending that institution. And the Bishop Reed was a director of the school as well. So that is why people were saying, look, all along he was grooming this young lady to be his wife. What do you think, people? What do you think? Let me know. Give me your opinion in the comment section. And of course, we will do this every now and then. We will hold a reason. But for today, this is us holding a reason. Take care of yourself, guys. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share this video. And also remember that when I'm not on this channel, I'll be on our sister channel, which is Destiny's Touch of Glam TV. Until we hold another reason, or until I upload another video, my family, peace.